Alright folks, welcome back everyone. 欢迎大家回来。今天是第466天。It is day 466. Let's get right into our lessons here. We're gonna try to catch up on some character studies. I think. Maybe not. We have about an hour and 10 minutes until Wanikani stuff comes up. We can go a little bit over. I don't want to push too hard. Still got 2 or 3 days to catch up. Let's see. Lee. Looks like Lee at the top with a cow. So let's do Prophet. Prophet is the top. Lee. Prophet. Or benefit, however you want. So Link is inside the house. Inside the house. Oh, okay. Right, inside the house, where he has fulfilled a quest to to plow the homeowners field outside their house with the provided cow and profited rupees. Okay. Well, that is a stretched out tiger leg if I haven't. A tiger in general. Okay, tiger hairs, tiger stripes. Everything is great about this, except that it's Biao. Alright. Well, I think we're just gonna simplify the tiger legs into a tiger itself. It is a tiger. So, I don't know. Maybe Bigfoot is in front of the barn where he has been left in charge of protecting us, where he has found himself trying to defend the barn animals from a tiger. Interestingly enough, he ends up befriending the tiger, offering an alternative. Yeah, befriending the tiger, offering an alternative source of nourishment. Let's just say the tiger, I don't know, a striped tiger, sure. The tiger became curious about Bigfoot's hairs. Something like that. It's okay. Oh no. Wait, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. Okay. I thought I screwed up. Ray. What in the world is that? That looks like That doesn't look like anything. That's so complicated. Alright. There's so much going on. Wait. Why isn't this showing up the character that I'm on? Oh, here it is. Rudolph. There's so much going on there. What if I looked at the other... I feel like magic stick with the ground is something. It's not. Aw. What about the... about the fins? I feel like fins and hats. Fins and umbrella could be... Alright. This is gonna be a gem of a mnemonic. I can understand how some people will look at this and say, well, it looks really unique, so it's easy to pick out from the masses. I would agree, provided that you're only reading this character. But I also want to write this character, so that does involve not just looking at it and saying, oh, this is very unique and it's different from the other. But I'm trying to remind myself of all the parts, because I actually do try to write the character in my head each time it comes up for output purposes. As opposed to spot the difference purposes, which I find that many rely on. They rely on the idea that if a character looks very unique, it's easily identifiable, so they just attach the sound and the translation to the character. That's provided you're reading something. This is not going to be easy though. Yeah, it resembles pretty much nothing. Alright, Rudolph is in the bathroom of the beach house by the bay, wearing a crown with fins. Okay, impaled on each tip. Crown with fins impaled on each tip. I see. He uses a magic stick to prop up an umbrella and hang some extra fins he found earlier on the beach upon the expanded umbrella. He keeps his eyes on the ground waiting. Using his far-sighted intuition and crazy reflexes, he grabs a fin that falls down to the ground. What the... Okay, that doesn't help either. That is so outlandish. Gee. Alright. Okay. What sticks out to me most? Eyes? So Rudolph is in the bathroom. Let's say he has the far side. Maybe he has a far-sighted thought about trying to help out the animals on the beach. Umbrella or hat? Alright. He wore a crown with an umbrella attached to it. He decided to pick up let's say the beachgoers. Nice to wearing a crown with umbrella. Not quite there, but he used his far-sighted eyes to pick up sticks and fins along the beach grounds and place them in the bathtub house. He carries them back. The beach clean. Hi. Alright.
瑞
Three. Three is gonna be tough. Minus the K? I can see a pivot like table and bone. Dirty. Master Chief is in front of the chapel where he finds a dirty bone that is next to a turntable that is playing some dirty music. Master Chief, offended at the dirty music playing in such a holy place, takes the dirty bone and smashes the turntable, stopping the sure.
帮憨
Is that boat with one less stroke? Am I going crazy? No, it's red. Collapse again? Interesting. Use red? Let's use red. Tarzan is in front of pawn shop where he can incorporate both. Help the pawn shop owner set back up the front stall that of the front red stall that collapsed onto the ground. Oil. That's okay. That's good enough.
贪
At least I think. It doesn't quite sound like anyone though. Like it doesn't quite sound make him where he is learning how to set up a red stall for pawn shop owner. Okay. Do something like that. It's gotta be doing some
离标瑞
okay.
贪帮
Okay.
角
Jiao. Jiao. Well, we got the white and we got yarn. That should kind of write itself. And then the Jiao, which is fine. Neutron is in the cell of the barn, which is quite dark. He reaches into his pocket to pull out his latest invention. Bright yarn. It's perfectly white yarn that shines extreme. Oh, okay. Okay. We're good.
角
Jiao. Yeah, that's the other Jiao. Wait. Is it? We have a Jiao for the front. The water. Oh yeah. That's the closest thing. Okay. By luck. Go board. But Jimmy and Jonathan still at the barn where he's playing with Slenderman. Between them is a go board and they play while sipping on bottle. Jimmy is a master, but by luck, Slenderman ends up guessing all the best positions being Jimmy. Jimmy is in all by okay. Fair enough.
角歌
Good pimple. Is this supposed to compliment dough? Like good dough or dough good? Do you look like you kind of look like Yi. Honestly, you just look like Yi. Various versions of Yi or T. Yi T. Well, now you're an oddball out. Great. Gandalf is in front of the electricity plant where he's participating in a small competition. He holds out an electric handgun and competes against workers to see who can shoot the most pimples on a large structure in a short period of time. Each pimple explodes with snot when it hits with the electric bullet. Gandalf lost and ends up in second place. Ooh. It's gonna be hard with that snot in the way. We can simplify the bottom thing to beg, right? Yeah, let's do that. Gandalf is in front of the plant where he has been, where some employees has approached him begging for a magical solution to is there an outbreak of pimples in the environment. He he was able to remove the pimples with a cast of a spell. However, warned that it was nature's wrath for disturbing the forest. Okay.
歌谋
Mole? Pupil. That's how the oh, that's very different. Used a very different right radical for pupil. Okay. Do you look like a mole? Not quite. Don't really look like anything, really. That was pretty exotic. Gee. Alright. Another one to the pile. Okay. Elbow. Maro's inside the bakery where he works. The cow comes in and stares at Mario as he makes some bread. Mario stares back at the cow, right into the pupil, mesmerized. Okay. Suddenly he sees an elbow. Okay, that. Alright. Mario is inside the bakery, right? He is. On some plumbing issue for the kitchen sink. Meanwhile, he was also keeping an eye on the cow. That is seemingly in the kitchen too. I don't know. He cleverly tied a rope around his elbow. The cow, make sure Make sure he keeps his pupil on him, you know? Or maybe to make sure it is within his pupil's sight. Use an eyeball instead. Gaze. Ning. Mo. Ning. The heck? Okay, I guess. Yeah. Would be gaze.
谋 斜
That one's tough. Yeah. Looks like learn. Oh no, wait. That's not learn. That doesn't look like xie. Oh. Xie for harmony. Where's xie for harmony? Yeah, harmonious. And yeah, it was. Kai can go in the closet. Yeah, company. Okay. Can I use this combination from somewhere else? Nope. Of course I can't. Oh, no, wait. Jie. So Xena is inside the electricity plant where she is accompanying all the slender men to make sure that they are properly stacking all the products. Maybe we could put like white slender men.
斜
I don't think I'm gonna push today's luck. Like, I can't stop coughing from this thing that's causing a cough, and I'm sneezing quite a lot. It's allergy season.
脚歌
This one is pretty
谋
eh. This one's
斜
okay. Pretty good. Questionable.
脚
One's questionable. Okay.
燕
Yin. That doesn't look like anything. It's just stone. Oh, you know, stone works for yin. Despite it being shu. Yin for rock. I just have so sorry for the description. I just have so much in drainage right now. Inkstone. Okay. Yin. We're not doing walking on, we're just being. You know, she is in the bathroom, the pawn shop, where he is making sure all the ink stones are properly washed. Seeing to or he is seeing to all the ink stones and transferring them themselves. I don't know if that helps anymore, but I think we just rely on the idea that I know what these characters actually sound like now, so we would know who it
燕
is.
我
I stopped like identifying them in the mnemonics. What? Silk. That kind of looks like, doesn't that look like men? Oh no, wait. Yeah, it kind of looks like men. Oh, it's the right side of men. For cotton. A needle. What? Oh, there, Poco. I'm a little bit. I'm a. He was watching the streamer. He was the streamer you were just watching. Oh, okay. Doing pretty well. Just a little. Got a lot of a lot of bit of drainage from the allergies, but that's about it. How are you doing? What are you up to? What's today? Today's almost Friday. Let's see. Bart Simpson is inside the lobby of the office building. You know, something white. I feel like there is a white thing. Yeah, a couple. Wall for the Cypress and two more. And the father's older brother thing. So is Big Boat. You're doing well, just been getting on with one of your assignments as that's due soonish. Oh yeah? Pollen? Everything. Spring. It's spring. It's a white towel. White silk towel. I'm allergic to everything in spring, yeah. Whatever it is. Nope, don't know. Don't have the luxury of allergen testing. It's hay fever. That's all of spring. Doesn't matter what it is. The most concise thing to say is it's spring. It would be very presumptuous if it was pollen. Too presumptuous. It's not like my allergies magically go away if I'm in like a laboratory that's sterilized for pollen. So it's still spring. It involves spring. Let's see. Where he is doing a... One would suspect it has something to do with plants. That's very confusing. Surely it must be some sort of particle in the air causing it. No. Doesn't really have to be, considering that I have allergies year round. It might just be exacerbated by something during the spring. But having respiratory problems are not exclusive to pollen. That would be too presumptuous. It's not all that confusing when you live with a life of respiratory allergies. Whether, I suppose you're presuming it's confusing because you think there's an answer to it, but there really isn't a clear answer to what I'm allergic to. It's less confusing to be acceptant that there are many things people are allergic to. That isn't necessarily pollen. Let's see. Is it gonna rip people off? Have I looked into it, as that would seem like a curious topic? I would look into it if I had, you know, medical equipment and a medical professional that would be able to offer their services at a affordable price, which that is not the case in the United States. So we learn to deal with the symptoms of allergies. They come and go, and that will be that. I think it's just gonna rip people off. Let's see. So Bart Simpson is inside the office building where he is trying to scam a return plane ticket from US to UK could be cheaper than medical advice over there. A return plane ticket from US. A return plane ticket from the US to UK could be cheaper than medical advice over there. Free healthcare. Free healthcare only is offered when you combine the cost of living and citizenship and a visa and everything else that involves actually being in the UK. So no, it would not. But it would cost less than the US to UK flight, or the other way around, because you would need the return trip too. Well, probably, if you simplify it that way. But assuming that the immunologists in the UK are cut above the American immunologists, who are, frankly speaking, being paid a lot, so that might not play into the perceived quality of the healthcare, but there might be a very distinct chance in which I take that plane ticket from the US to the UK to find out that I would get a similar conclusion as you do by presuming and indoctrinating that a pollen is the result of my allergies, which then I fly back with the same conditions to address the allergy, which is to avoid the trigger, to avoid spring. So possibly, whether I'm saving money or not, I'm still expending a lot of money, right? That's one of those things. Unless you're suggesting that somehow knowing that I would be guaranteed to have an immunologist that would address my sensitivity to whatever the allergen is. By going over there, healthcare is never free. Because you would have to upkeep the immunology. Do antihistamines work? Yeah, I'm on antihistamines right now. That would be a safe assumption. That would be a safe assumption. How efficacious they are, they don't just work and not work. They work to a varying degree. And if you're wondering, how long have I had these respiratory allergies? I've had them for over 20 years. Not my entire life, but most of my life. Nice, and you guess it's probably not worth it trying to find an exact answer, like you said earlier. Yeah, probably not. One of the silver linings that could possibly happen, or the devastating double edge, is that the respiratory allergy worsens as I get older, or they lessen when I get older. We'll find out in a couple of years, I suppose. Its current trajectory is about the same. It's about the same since the last like 15 or so years. So this is not anything out of the ordinary, and I've also have mentioned this multiple times when it comes to like ailments. So as long as they don't worsen, it's pretty manageable. That doesn't mean that there aren't bad days and good days, right? There are obviously worse days and bad days, and this is not out of the ordinary. So I'm not sharing this because it's a sudden surprise that during spring I have respiratory allergies. I talk about this a lot. I still have allergies during the winter. They are simply less severe. Or I have respiratory problems, just less severe in the wintertime. Lots of times when like Mika or someone asked about me running, and then they would say something like, oh, you know, I can't run because I have trouble like keeping a consistent running schedule or something, and they would say like there's a lot of things that limit me, and I usually on occasion would share that I have respiratory problems, but that doesn't stop me from running a marathon. That's kind of the idea. So instead of trying to juxtapose and use juxtaposition as a way to illustrate that you can still do a lot of things regardless of having respiratory problems, they come and go. Like spring is pretty rough time. Yeah, this is about the peak. It actually does subside in, I would say, it subsides a bit back to like your normal around May. That's when all the blossoms stop. So it does synchronize with particular trees. The worsening effect does synchronize with some trees. Not cherry blossoms, but whatever value of trees around. It does have some variation when you're in the city and not in the city, because cities, you could be like part of a concrete jungle and you could argue that might happen. However, where I lived, why did you specify not cherry blossoms? Because I go watch cherry blossoms. Right, that's a thing in the United States where I used to live, or where I was. Cherry blossom viewing would be this month. It would be around April. Cherry blossoms bloom in April, which is it's about a week and a half after. what do the trees do when you watch them? They do nothing. They bloom. you hang out in trees. But what I mean is, cherry blossoms bloom very specifically around April. However, around here there aren't any cherry blossoms, so we could also rule that out. It might have something to do with like maple trees. Maple trees are pretty. It could be grass. Honestly, when people mow their lawns, it gets worse too. So never know. It could be something that's related to the foundations of all of them. Over here, you rarely get cherry blossoms spotted sparsely around. Yeah. In the neighborhood that I live in don't have any cherry blossoms, but the neighborhood I used to live in had them all. Yeah, you hate having to cut your parents' garden. Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, so today I'm probably just gonna do as my bottom line, and then take it easy for the day. Some days are worse, some days are better. Like tomorrow it could be a little bit better. Here's the kicker though. Here's the nice thing. Whenever it rains, I would be like doubling my antihistamines before the rain. So whenever low pressure rolls in, actually, let me check if this is still true. Yep. Tomorrow there's gonna be a low pressure. The next 2 days is going to rain. It's worse right before the rain, and it's like heaven after rain. Like that's the most consistent pattern that I can over the last 20 years. It's the most consistent pattern. About 24 hours, within a 24-hour window before it rains is when it's worse. So I just checked the weather, and I was thinking maybe it's tomorrow and the day after. So there's a low pressure coming in. So the day before it rains, everything is just disgusting. And what I mean disgusting is it feels like there's several layers of like mucus around my throat. Now, here's the thing about allergies though. Right? It doesn't hurt your system, which is the silver lining here. You know, excess mucus production, it doesn't quite hurt your system unless it causes like dramatic discomfort, which for me, it's not really that discomforting. It does inhibit my ability to speak quite clearly, but other than that, there really isn't like a loss in quality of life or something like that. A consistent inconvenience. Yeah, you love rain. I imagine it just catches all the particles in the air on the way down. That's pretty much how I figure it too. Smelling the rain coming is great though, in your opinion. Did you know? I don't know if you know this, but the smell of the rain, that smell comes from the grass. Or it comes from the plants. So like, it's kind of funny that you say smelling the rain, but since, as far as I know, that rain smell you're talking about is the same thing that's causing my antihistamines. Like, that's the same thing that's causing my allergies. So hear me out. If rain didn't smell at all, I think I would have less allergies. No, I'm kidding. The smell is not often the allergen particle, but that rain smell that you like often smell is coming off of the ground. The rain itself doesn't actually have any smell, which is a funny thing, as far as I'm aware. Oh, never mind. I thought you were gonna say that our sense of petrichor is many x stronger than shark sense for blood. I'm glad. Like, you know, at least I can count on the idea that petrichor is something that I'm not allergic to. At least I think, because like I can still smell that. Like you can actually get essences of petrichor, and that doesn't cause me to like immediately just produce gallons and gallons of mucus. Like, we're talking about the time before rain when I'm running outside. Legitimately, like my nose would just start running down. So I would like just constantly have something to whip my like running nose. Like, just mucus just keeps going. It's been like that for pretty much as far as I remember. No, you didn't know that actually. You wonder if it's a deliberate choice from the plants to release that smell as a defense system or something of that sort, or whether it's just the rain spreading the plant smell about. Yeah, I often wonder that too, because the rain is what triggers it. So like they don't like, it's not that it releases it at any time. The rain itself triggers, as far as I'm aware, there is a triggered response from the rain. So curious. Yeah, certain running nose types can be heck. Yeah, the one where no other how much you snort or sniff the mucus, it just keeps running. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things, like if I put it under a faucet, you know, if you put it under a faucet and you just blow, it just keeps going. It's like, where is it coming from? Like, my body's got to be expending some sort of energy to keep producing this, right? It's one of those things you start asking yourself, where is it even coming from? Like, does your gland just turn over that quickly? Like, what the heck? That's the curious part, oftentimes. But anyways, we produce about 1 liter of mucus a day, so I guess we're pretty lucky that most of it just goes down our throat. Yeah, allergies is the name of the game. I often wondered if people with allergies have any correlation with reduction in your common cold or fever or flu, because I often wondered, is there any like silver lining to having a constant prompt like response, if you know what I mean. So I know that I'm an anomaly when it comes to like the flu and common cold, because that stuff just doesn't happen in my life, but that might be a pure coincidence. If that is the trade-off, I don't know if I would take the trade-off. You know, there was a inverse correlation between your allergy sensitivity and your defense for being what? The hypersensitivity, like the constant heightened inflammatory response that you have, versus having a less suppressant, like being immunosuppressed from time to time. You just have a hyperactive inflammatory response all the time, which in itself has other associated deleterious things. Constant inflammatory response is not, chronic inflammation is not something to wish for. It does take a toll. To be fair, you can't remember the last time you got the flu or the cold. You get a bad stomach fairly often, but that's just because you don't tend to worry about use by date. Yeah, I still, gastrointestinal stuff is like part of life. gastrointestinal like degradation over time and use, that's a given. However, yeah, I can't remember the last time I had a flu or cold. It's actually so foreign to me, the flu and cold thing. I imagine the only way I can imagine what it's like to get a flu and cold is have people describe the symptoms, right? And then I assume is everything else, including the respiratory problems. Because like you still have the respiratory problems, but that's not what defines a flu and a cold, is everything else. So it's been so long since I've had the flu and a cold. I don't even remember when last time. It's been over 30 years, probably. Maybe I had the flu and the cold when I was a kid, like when I was younger. And that's the only way I can empathize with people with flu and the cold. Apparently it sucks. So it's gotta suck more than how I feel at this very moment. At least I think. It's gotta feel at least that much suck. Right? How long did you get back to study so I can complete your baseline stuff? Right, as you said, it's more of a chill. Yeah. I still got one more task, but the task is pretty close today. We got an early start. So you can complete, as I want to have a quick chat about the new Hearthstone season, if that's alright. Sure. Especially for men, stereotypically. Yeah, the man flu? Yeah, and there are some physiological evidence for the experience. And obviously, this isn't especially for men compared to women. It's more like especially for men as a relative of pain or discomfort with other things. So what I mean by that is when we have to be inclined to understand that when someone says like man flu, a lot of times they would do the thing where they compare men and women, but I think it would be more prudent to compare the symptoms with other things that produced similar symptoms. So then that can create a juxtaposition. Like the flu kind of sucks compared to a lot of other things that men experience. Because if you're going to compare men and women, that would be that misconception of how men and women perceive relative pain. And that's when you get into the whole gender specific fight about, oh, well, women experience these many pains and therefore this pain is relatively less. I'm like, yes, you're comparing the average symptoms of pain perception between women and all of the other painful things that women engage in. It would be very inappropriate to compare men's experience of pain and inconvenience juxtaposed to women on their experience of things that are specifically biological to women. I've talked about this before, like the flu thing, that kind of discussion comes up really often in like biological conversations or like around the holiday season. I'm like, yeah. Also, you'll mention it probably once you're done with studies, but do you know the vehicle routing problem? Also known as the wandering salesman problem? You're probably gonna have to elaborate. Vehicle routing problem. Oh, I've seen a diagram for this before. Are you doing this in like the context of modern algorithms? Is there a development for the VPR or VRP recently? I didn't realize the wandering wandering salesman problem was the TSP was related to the VRP. We won't get into it until after studies, but you'll talk more. All right. Oh, fair enough. we can launch that out to Wanikani. I still have like a 15-minute Wanikani thing after this. Let's see, where he's trying to scam office workers. I did see that Anthropic's what was it called? Ooh, Mosaic or something made the headlines multiple times in the past week though. That's what you mentioned last time. Yeah, Mithros. Yeah. Making the headlines, and I'm not talking about making it as in like positive, making the headlines. Mythos, yeah. I don't keep track too much of their project names too much, but yeah, the current buzz of Anthropic trying to scam office workers by selling ordinary white silk towels as extraordinary white silk towels, but they were simply white silk towels stolen from the office bathroom. Easy. Oof. This might sound a little disgusting, but sometimes I drink so much fluid, like I drink fluid and then, you know, mucus goes down your throat, and then when it causes me to burp, and when I'm like doing this anytime it causes me to burp, and I'm like, I wonder how much of that is mucus. Aerosolized mucus. I usually like burp with my mouth closed, so usually it's not that audible. And obviously the mic covers that part too. Pung. It has a ping in it, but we do have a couple pungs. Oh, we do have a pung that is bang too, but it's not. Is it the same character? No. What was the bang one? There's another bang. It's not pung. Is it pung? It's pa. Where's bang at? Oh, no. This one. Okay. I think the other pung is pung. Just pung, yeah. And then we have verbally attack. Okay. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. All right. I also sneeze in pairs. It's a thing. Patrick stars in front of the English Manor where he's trying to throw stones at a yard sign that the rich kids put up, which makes fun of starfish. Right, okay, that's fair enough. Oof.
Pung. D.
D. That looks like a D. Not that type of D. This type of D. Could use... Okay, so low and bottom, right? They're both D. Oh yeah, actually, low is D. And then it's bottom and resist are D. I could use sure. For family name, that doesn't really help. What was the default? Coat of arms? That's pretty much it. Alright. Oh, whetstone. Diddy Kong is in the basement of the house where he's setting up a whetstone. He has a huge stone that has placed on the cement ground, and then carves a coat of arms which depicts a bunch of bananas. Okay, that's we good. Is it stone? Oh, it's not. Probably double D.
底
Okay.
黄
Huang? Oh, we got more bugs. Oh, goodness. Okay. So, wasn't Huang, the other Huang, a cockroach? Oh, no. Alright, get ready for this. We got these last characters. I bet most of them are insects. Oh my goodness. We have oyster, mite, crab, another crab, cocoon. These are probably together. Cocoon. Oh, cocoon is kind of benign. And then we have locust. Oh, wriggle? Python, spider. Oh, all sorts of objects here. Okay. What am I looking for? I'm looking for cockroach. Okay. Oh. God. Okay. Okay. Alright, Huang. The Hulk is inside the chapel where he is praying. Suddenly, the Emperor comes in and places a single insect on the altar. Seconds later, it turns into a bunch of locusts, which then swarms around and starts attacking the Hulk, who must defeat them because they destroy all the crops and yeah, it's okay. It's good enough. Huang Chong, of course.
黄 燕
We got all sorts of specific things now.
哼
They're all specific. We got some onomatopoeias as well. Okay.
我
Materials.
底黄
Okay.
冕
Mian. Okay. That does look like a mian of some sort. Shy. Okay. So Mickey is in the basement of the pawn shop where he is trying to see if trying to find something, trying to see if there is something of secondhand accessories that are appropriate, that complement the face of a very shy Minnie. I don't even think Minnie's shy, but that's fine.
冕 啦
La, oh, slovenly. This must complement ta or something. La ta la maybe. There's only one other slovenly. I actually had to figure out what slovenly meant. Learn quite a lot of new words lately. English words. La, yeah, that looks like a la. That's bristle, right? Legolas. Oh, I can actually. Does that stand alone? No, it doesn't. That's weird. I got wax and cure mead. That's not good. Huh? Bristle's fine. Legolas is inside the lobby of the auditorium where he is slowly lying on the carpet. The audience members eyes him suspiciously as he is covered by bristle and slowly lies right in the middle of the road of the lobby. Nah, not Legolas. He's ever vigilant. Let's go with where he has grabbed, where he has cleverly created, maybe where he is ever vigilant, trying to help off the lend a hand by trying to clear the way of all the slovenly patrons using the bristles of his arrow.
La,
Okay.
Ling,
Ling, jagged. We have rugged. I'm not sure if we have jagged. No, I don't think so. Oh, no, wait. There might be a jagged. And it does look like a ling. Or is that hill? I'm thinking of hill, I think. I feel like there's another jagged. There's rugged. Qi. Yeah. Oh, it's Shin. Shin is the other jagged. Qing, not Shin. Xing, which doesn't really help that much. Ling, this is neighbor. Neighbor is the closest thing. Or Ling, right? Neighbor. Neighbor hills. And now what do we have? Swap out the hills for a mountain. We'll do neighbor. Neighbor seems pretty safe. Neighbor's a weak character turned useful. Alright, so Link is inside the infirmary where he is once again offered a quest to help a coyote from the neighboring jagged mountains by trying to find a special type of medicinal rice from that jagged mountain. Neighboring jagged mountain region. Bring back, retreat the coyote. Alright.
Ling,
Okay.
Yang.
Yang. Okay, that does look like Yang. Closest Yang would be reflect. There's also Yang for center. Yang. To reflect. This Yang. I mean, almost all of them are young. Discontented. Enter. Discontented. Alright. I got you. We're not using pillory as much as learning what pillory is now. Yoshi, or oh no. Actually, that might be okay. Yoshi is in the bathroom of the chapel where he is quite discontented. The reason is simple. He's currently confined. No. We don't put Yoshi in a pillory. Stop doing that, Kevin. Yoshi is in the bathroom of the chapel where he is discontented by finding a or discontented soul locked up in a pillory in a bathroom. Being a good boy, tries to console, which is actually one another related character. Console the soul from the discontent.
样年
年 yeah. So it looks like nian, but now nian, and then there's another twist. I think the other twist is nian. Hold up, I'm gonna sneeze again. Heckin' leader of snot, I tell ya. All right. I think. So Nian is the miss, but there is another twist. But I think it's Neol. Yeah, there's Nian that was recent, but I think it has to do with clown. The other twist. I don't think I have a Nian that is twist with it. Alright, we're gonna use Miss here. Alright, so Neo is once again in the basement of the pawn shop. And yeah, okay. Neo basement, pawn shop. I'm gonna feel like $100 tomorrow, so got two days of rain. Neo double edge. Neo basement pawn shop. Okay. He was trying to $100 happy bucks. Yeah, tomorrow. And then the day after, because it looks like it's gonna rain for 2 days. It's like a flip a switch. You feel miserable. One could even say the calm before the storm is like reverse. It's not the calm before the storm. It's the suffering before the storm. Then it feels great. He was trying to miss. This is not that great. A lot better than he was trying to hide, right, from Agent Smith while he is gathering supplies. Second and supplies the pawn shop storage. Unfortunately, he missed twisting the box properly with his fingers and eventually entered a confrontation. Was discovered. It's okay. It's like meh.
年
It's still a twist.
年
Uh-huh.
样
Uh-huh. Ah!
年啦 零
Mm-hmm. Alright. Now we gotta go through all our characters. I thought I was gonna do some character study today, but that's not happening. Tomorrow is happen. Okay. We gotta go through what was how many were there? There's 150, I think. Alrighty. Bottom line. Got young. Ooh. Okay. Discontent. Yeah. Twist. Law. Slovenly. Ling. Jagged. Mian. Shy. Mole. Pupil. Pimple. Juan. Locust. The whetstone. Ton. Collapse. Heck. Dirty. Hung. Bang. Lee. Plow. Jiao. Bright. War. Silk. Yin. Inkstone. Xia. Accompany. Jiao. By luck. Ray. Farsighted. Biao. Tiger striped. Yeah. No. Yeah. The heck? Oh, silt. Oh man, silt is bad. Yikes. Oof. Alright. Chill. Embarrassed? Oh, that one's pretty bad too. 知 nephew. Lu. Goes off. D. Hair bun. Step on. Sorry, I had to cough. Alright. Chen, recover. Gonna go the gun. No. This is fun. No. Fun. Something about injecting and spraying the rice fields. Pedestal and white. Oh my goodness, it's snore. Yo, that I don't know about snore. That's a tough one. Yikes. That's from yesterday. Xiao. Not using stone. Grinding. Great sparks. Was it like saltpeter? I don't know how much I like that. Gunpowder is the bridge. I think that's okay. Yo. Remorse. What is that? Good. Yeah. Or oh no, it's God. Ugh. God. Oh my goodness. God is God. That was a weak one. Thai? What the heck is Thai? What type of insect is this? Is it even an insect? Not a moth. Probably. Oh my goodness, it's a clam. Dude. How do you get a clam? Oh, that's because it's not Thai. Alright, this one's fine. This is good. Good. That's okay. That's a misread. Misreads are fine. Why do I think this is Jie? Yeah, why do I think this is Jie instead of Dai? Or no? Wait. No, that is Dai. Nearly. He's yelling. Why is he yelling? It's creating a commotion. I take this. Oh, horse. That sucks. Horse sucks. Yesterday's group was pretty not great. Oh, what is this one? Quay. I think this one's Quay. Or is it Quay? Chilling with a ghost? No, it's Quay. For puppet? Oh no, it's Quay for puppet. Yeah. Dawn. Daybreak. Small. This one's weak too. Small wall. Yo. Yesterday's group. Who's doing this during daybreak? It's I think it's Yen. Yeah, it's Yen. Or is it Yen? It's Yen. Football. That's gonna stink. I don't know what ties me to Yen. Not for long. She. Shh. It's just shh. Like shush. Shush. May. Sleep. King. Graceful. I don't know if it's Shun. If it's... Oh no. I'm gonna say Shun. Shun. Okay. It was a 50-50, unfortunately. Clothing. I think this one's fine. Pass. This one can be lost. Lung. Panic stricken. Skeleton and groups of 10. Oh, Shun. Die for. This one was weak from yesterday. Sway. Yep, evil spirit. All praise. Huang. Frighten. Or hesitate, actually. Hesitate. Shut. Okay. So, the further we get back, the more familiar they are. Go, because they have more iterations. Go, dirt. We're getting to the fast lane soon-ish. Wait. I think I got 2 of these mixed up yesterday. Is this Cho? I don't think this is Cho. A bundle of souls? No, it's not. This is Song. Frighten. Cool. Cattail. Jie. Eyelash. Wei. Rose. Young. Turnover. Lee. Raccoon dog. Xia. Flaw. Chai. Abstain. Chang. Jiang. No. Jiang. Cockroach. Chia. Whisper. Chang. Disappointed. Lang. Cockroach. Xia. Free time. An. It. Qiang. Cicada. Pang. Lane. Lee. English mile. Lu. Nian. Read. Oh no, Nian. Read aloud. Soul. Search. Han. Writing brush. Chen. Annotates. Gun. Pimple. No, rash, not pimple, rash. Gang. Qiong. Fine jade. Lang. Tall tree. Hua. A snail. Qi. Rugged. Ooh, flatland. Che. Excuse me. Clear. Is this your last task to complete your baseline site? No, I still got like 20 minutes of Wanikani, but the 20 minutes of Wanikani is pretty quick. I had to wait till 7 p.m., which was 30 minutes ago. So the idea was to complete this, and then 7 p.m. is when the review are up. It's my low volume Wanikani day. See, rhinoceros. Bill, gemstone. Gun. Trunk. Joe. Lap. Ian express condolence. Yeah, this month is pretty big. It's like a really big month. It'll lax up in the middle of May most of the time. Because this part is pretty intense. We're tripling the number of characters, and then we suspended vocabulary because there isn't all that much vocabulary. So everything is character studies in Chinese for like until the mid-May. Pretty much the finish line for the character exposure, the initial character exposure. Oh, ugly. In tobacco are 2 or second. Dung, squander. 1 bang. Ball, radish. Dry. Oops. Dry. Waddle. Yo. Tor. Yin. Gorgeous. On. Fence. Su. Revive. 智 and Anal. Mongoose. G. Nope. G. Press against. Tongue. Tongue. Whoosh. Ing. Female. Bien. Nang. Oh no, wait, that's not bien. That's ka. Clack. Liao. Put down. Yin. Mole. Yi. Echo. Xia. Side of ship. I. Hui. Stare. Ao. Ale. Sheng. Nephew. Ha. Flowers. Kang. Chafe. Bei. Heat rash. It's kind of interesting. When I speak very like consistently over like 30 minutes or so, my like build up in the back of my throat just kind of relaxes. It's like chugging mucus. I'm just gotta hydrate and chug some more. All right, sorry. Now let's get back. So, E, bright. Show, hunt. That's good. Like my voice is clearing up. It could also mean that the rain is in a couple. Yeah, it's in a few hours. All right. Let's see. What the cowboy sunflower? Oh no. Oh no. It's gone so well. Hang on. It's a tray. Oh, gill fungus. It's fine. I would have came up with gill fungus at some point. Oh, what was gill fungus? Shin. Gill fungus. Shing. Nettle. Like most of these characters are now, they're unique characters for like a whole group of plants, be it fruit, vegetable, or trees, or flowers, and then a complete unique set of all the insects and all the little critters. That includes like snail, slug, and stuff. Then it's all the characters that are unique for name purposes, like Peng, Pa, Qiao, Bu, Ah, like all the other ones that don't actually have anything else use outside of their name purposes. So we're at the tail end where most of these things are not curriculum based. They're simply characters that are used for very specific things. It's such an interesting shift. I keep writing wall for this, but I don't think it's... Is it? Root and it's ankle, right? Why? Why? Okay, fine. Dong, right in. Heck. Bay for bake, right? Okay. Alright, cool. Ming. Dark and eyes. Closed eyes. Closed eyes. Yo, weasel. T, covet. E, squeak. Oh, and lots of sounds like bang, boom, whoosh, shh. Just those things. This is yo for yo. Cool, crawl. Ma. Toad. Blue, kill. Ay. Ay, ay, ay. Dim. Ay. Ni, intimate. C, fair skin or fair colored. Yeah, fair skin. Chang, mock. Chung, anxious. Chu, Ji, narrow. Ah, bang. Ooh, cauldron. Joe, broom. Dry up. Bao? Oh yeah, bao. Bud. Yeah, awkward. Tray, mallet. Play, stride. Sure, bite. Mung, deceive. Door, stamp feet. Ce, batch. Bien, 可能. Go, temple. Chen, honest. Mung, lemon. And Chen, Chen 是什么? Chen, sincere. Alright, that's a wrap for HanziHero today. You're gonna watch this later. 谢谢. As always, feel free to follow along, pick up HanziHero for yourself, give it a go. You're always welcome to come on by and yap, chat, discuss, mainly for yapping. So until next time, right? 大家下次见，感谢观看. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, and I'll be back for a very quick Wanikani wrap up for today. I'll be right back. Thank you.